But let's introduce our next team for battle number 7 is the Riddim Rotoms, led by Gelato, playing for the Trevor Project, currently in 14th place at 0-3, looking to get their first win this time around. Um, I will preface this battle by saying this was probably the sweetest interaction I've seen between two team leaders. Um, Both teams didn't really have too much time to prepare um, throughout the week, so they both just decided to just bring a team, um, just throw in some Pokemon and see what happens. And the sportsmanship between these two teams, it was just fantastic, and I was really happy to see it. Um, but the Riddim Rotoms, the OU Pokemon of this team, being the Garchomp and the Galarian Slowking. The Garchomp at 1 and 2, and the Galarian Slowking picking up 4 knockouts in the battle last week. We do see the Yuyumons of this team being the Inteleon and the Oricorio Pom Pom form. The Inteleon being a really good, just sniper. He's just a sniper. That's it. He's a sniper. He's so good. Um, the Argumons being a recently traded Klefki from the Knuckle Stack. Klefki being brought in once and unfortunately falling. We also see the Grafaiai and the Blastoise, each at 0-1, being brought once and falling once as well. The Enumons of this team being the Jolteon, the Delmise, and the Whiscash. Jolteon being 0-3. Unfortunately, Jolteon being just a fantastic Pokemon, just not able to get any knockouts, unfortunately. And the Delmise and Whiscash not having shown their cute little faces yet. I don't know, I said cute faces to an anchor and a weird looking whale, but I'm tired, so whatever. The Pigumons of this team being the Aggron, the Octillery, the Greedent, and the Zangoose. The Aggron at 0-3, unfortunately, being another really good Pokemon, just not able to get any knockouts from it. The Greedent at 1-1, just squirrel. It's just a squirrel. The Octillery being another good sniper Pokemon, like the Inteleon. Just having more access to more moves, just not having as wide of a move pool as the Inteleon has. No, the Inteleon not having as big of a move pool as the Octillery does, is what I was trying to say. And we see the Zangoose here as well, being a good Toxic Boost Pokemon, able to get an attack boost from being poisoned. It's Squirrel Buddy, yeah, Squirrel Buddy. Um, just so much potential with this team, just unfortunately not able to snag their first win. But they are looking for this first win against their opponent, the Brandon Bayleefs, led by Brody Ring, playing for the Wild Foundation. Another undefeated team here at second place at 3-0. A really strong team, a really strong contender here, with the OU Mons being just really scary with the Ursaluna and the Hatterene. Ursaluna has made a few appearances, but he hasn't been needed yet. And the Hatterene being a really good Trick Room user, pulling that Trick Room off last week and getting 3 knockouts with it. He's a really strong Pokemon here as well. We see the Yuyumons of the Primarina at 1-0 and the Rotom Heat at 3-0. The Rotom picking up 3 knockouts last week as well, with the Primarina just being a really good special attacker, really good typing with the Water Fairy type as well. The Argumons of this team being the Metagross, the Salazzle, and the Flygon. Metagross being at 1-1, Salazzle at 0-1, and Flygon at 2-0. Flygon being just absolutely terrifying, able to run it a couple different ways, and you never know if he's going to run a Choice Scarf or if he's going to run a Choice Band, if he's going to be just defensive. You never know what this Flygon's going to do. That's something to be a little bit scared of. And Salazzle being just really, really fast and having a fantastic typing of that poison fire type. Of course, having a quad weakness to ground, but it's fast as heck, boy. The Enumons of this team being Chansey, Gross, being the Gigalith, and the Bombardier. With Chansey at 1-1 being just really good at stalling out, especially with its Eviolite. Just really, really strong Pokemon. Really chonky. The Gigalith as well, being able to set up the Sandstream, he has it 1 and 2. Yeah. And the Bombardier, I don't really know too much about Bombardier. Again, being a Gen 9 Pokemon that hasn't even made an appearance yet in this league. I'm really curious to see if it will at all, if it will today. We don't know. But the Pokemon of this team being the recently traded Dodrio at 3-0, the Poliwrath as well at 3-0, and the Shedinja and the Eldegoss not showing their faces yet. Eldegoss being a Pokemon that I personally really do like because of its utility, able to set up some Cotton Guards, able to Leech Seed, protect, not... Well, I ran Substitute Leech Seed, Giga Drain. It was a really good Pokemon. With its Cotton Down ability, able to lower the speed of other Pokemon every time it gets hit. It's just really good. Give me 1 second. Okay. Let's see the starting lineups of these two teams. Why don't we? We see the Riddim Rotoms with the Inteleon here, and the Garchomp coming back with the Slowking as well. The Jolteon making its 4th appearance. The Zangoose, though, making its 1st appearance of the league. I'm excited to see what this Zangoose can do. And we see the Aggron returning as well. From the Brandon Bayleefs, we see the Rotom Heat. We see the Primarina returning. I don't think it's come back. I don't think it's been around since week 1 or week 2. I don't remember, but I think it was week 1. I don't know, but and we see the Metagross making its 3rd appearance as well. The Gigalith again, 3rd appearance. With the Chansey and the Flygon on this team. Again, these are two teams that just put together a team and battle with them. There's no preparation, nothing fancy or anything. They just put Pokemon together, and this is what happens. So we will see the starting lineups and see how this battle unfolds. The Riddim Rotoms leading with the Inteleon, with the Brandon Bayleefs leading with the Rotom Heat. The Inteleon going for a Focus Energy, but the Thunderbolt immediately taking down this Inteleon, unfortunately. The Garchomp then coming in to replace it, with the Rotom switching out into that Primarina. Garchomp switching immediately into the Galarian Slowking, with a Flip Turn coming in from his Primarina to swap it out into the Metagross. The Sludge Bomb, of course, being immune to a Steel type, so the Slowking has to switch into the Garchomp, with the Meteor Mash hitting the Garchomp. And getting the attack boost. The Earthquake, though, comes in, leaving the Metagross at 1 HP, but the Meteor Mash taking Garchomp down to 4%, but the Rough Skin able to finish off this Metagross. Rotom Heat then comes back in, the Overheat outspeeding and taking down this Garchomp, though, of course dropping the special attack of the Rotom by 2 stages. Jolteon then comes in to replace the fallen Garchomp, with the Calm Mind being set up, and another Overheat hitting the Jolteon, but not doing too much damage because of the Calm Mind and the special attack drop, and the burn coming through from the Jolteon as well. The Rotom switches into the Gigalith, with the Jolteon going for a Discharge, doing a little bit of chip damage, but not too much. Its own damage getting chipped from the burn and from the thing. The Signal Beam coming through and landing the Confusion, and hitting himself in Confusion. The Gigalith not getting a turn in, with the Jolteon, though, taking a little bit more chip damage. The Protect, though, comes in from this Gigalith, with the Discharge coming through, of course, being protected so it does not get a hit. And the Gigalith swaps into the Flygon, of course, being immune to the Discharge that just came from this Jolteon because of its ground typing. Jolteon taking just a little bit more chip damage, though. And the Hidden Power, the super effective Hidden Power, outspeeding and taking down the Flygon in just 1 hit. Sorry, Gigalith coming back out, though. The Gigalith going for another Protect, though. Is it going to be enough for this Jolteon to get knocked out from the chip damage of the Sandstorm and Burn? But it is not. The Jolteon still standing strong. Gigalith switching out into the Rotom Heat, with the Discharge coming through, doing about 1/3 of the damage despite being a resisted hit. but now the Jolteon will unfortunately fall. Zangoose then comes in to replace the falling Jolteon, and the Thunderbolt doing a lot of damage, I should say, with a Night Slash, hitting back hard, but not hard enough to knock it out though. Toxic Poison, of course, a Toxic Boost activating, but the Rotom outspeeding and taking down the Zangoose, leaving just 2 Pokemon left against the 4. Clarion Slowking then comes back out with immediate swap into the Gross Chansey, of course being a special tank, the Psychic not doing too much damage, and the Sandstorm subsiding now, with the Seismic Toss hitting the Slowking, doing a little bit of chip damage as well. The Sludge Bomb, again, being a special tank, doesn't do too much damage. Another Seismic Toss doing a quarter of the Slowking's HP. Another Sludge Bomb connecting, but getting the poison this time. The Aromatherapy, though, cures the poison from this Chansey with the Psychic, doing just a little bit more chip damage. And the Soft Boiled, disgusting, bringing the Chansey back to almost full HP. Gross. Another Seismic Toss coming through. And another Sludge Bomb connecting. To the Chansey, I should say. Slowking then switches out into the Aggron. Seismic Toss doing just shonking some damage. Heavy Slam not doing too much. Another Seismic Toss doing a little bit more damage to this Aggron though. And a Heavy Slam finally taking down this Chansey. The disgusting Chansey. Rotom Heat coming back out though. And the Overheat able to take down the Aggron. Leaving just the Slowking defend against the rest of this team. The Overheat though connecting, not doing too much of course because it's special attack drop. And the Sludge Bomb taking down the Rotom. Primarina then switches in though. And the Hydro Pump missing the Slowking. And the Sludge Bomb connecting, doing 3/4 of the HP, but doesn't get the poison. The Hydro Pump then connecting and taking down the Slowking, leaving the Brandon Bayleefs as the winners of this battle. But a really good showing from the Riddim Rotoms, taking down 5 of their Pokemon.